Yeah, I know. Every time I decide to stick the camera on, have a natter to you lot, I seem to be running out of time every day for the last probably week and a half, I think it'd be. Obviously I was off as well on holiday. Well, not so much holiday, just wasn't at work, you know what I mean? Had a few days off work. But there's just nothing to talk about. I've got nothing. And I didn't really want to be boring you to death. I know it seems a bit unfair because obviously you lot want me to, acknowledge the fact that I'm still around and what have you, and I'm trying to think of something to do, and it's like, I'll give you a scenario, a quick one from yesterday. I actually went down to Amesbury, sort of. I'd got sort of 2 or 3 miles away from the M4. I was on the A419. The phone rings. There's a driver in front of you. We want you to change trailers with him, and you can carry on with his job straight into Devizes and tick that, and then load, and then come back. Fine, brilliant. I like the idea of that. So the driver phones me. He says that he's in a lay-by down the road, so tootles on down there and finds a lay-by. We pull in, swap trailers and have a natter, and then off I go. I get to Devizes, and the guys check this load out because it was shot, and we disassemble it in such a way that the only real problem was 7 pallets at the back. The bottom ones because they're double stacked. No problem. Took a little bit of time, like, but nice and steady as you go to lessen the hassle. If you rush at it, you'll fuck it all up, like, you know what I mean? So we took our time, got it off, and done. Emptied the trailer, but some of it had to go back on because it was part of the load that I was collecting. That's when things got a bit weird. So then I drive from the one area I was in round, and then backs it in the warehouse and shove it up against the ramp, and then they load me, and I'll get it all strapped up the back. It looked pucker. Pulls out, starts to set all my cameras up, making sure everything's sorted. I got my clip mic on, and the camera's here ready to go. Phone rang. No, sorry, the phone didn't ring. I phoned them and says, right, I'm on my way. Okay, what time did you get there? I don't know, it's been a while. I've been here for ages. 11, half 11 I think it was, something like that. Righto, he says, off to Rugby, Daventry, sort of thing, Crickish area. I went, why am I doing a trailer change? He said, what do you mean? I says, well, I'm loaded. I've got the leads on the back of me. Okay. Who told you to do that? Sometimes I just lose the will to live. I mean, yeah. So there's some phone calls backwards and forwards as they do, and I'm waiting, and well, they shouldn't have loaded you. That job isn't on the screen. It was cancelled. Well, I found out that the job did exist, but then it got cancelled in between from me being told about it and then me being told about it after I've fucking loaded the trailer. Anyway, hold on, let me just check, blah blah blah. So there's a lot of backwards and forwards in, and eventually they made a decision, right, I'll just bring you back to Cannock. Fine. So then this is where I'm now starting to sort all my crap out to get my cameras. I've got them on the back, they're all on, they're ready to go, and I've synced them all up and what have you, and fucking phone rings just as I was about to turn the fucking thing to go. Phone rings again. What? You gotta take it off. They're gonna unload you now. They shouldn't have loaded you, it's been cancelled. Thinking, fucking hell, but we always take this anyway, so that's, time is progressing rather rapidly, like, you know what I mean? I'm down there and it's coming around about like, what, 20 past 3, half past 3, it's somewhere around about there anyway. And so I guess the thing goes back in there, tells them that now they've changed their mind again, they've got to take it off, and so they get it unloaded and it's all out. But by that time I'm so racked off that I just, while I'm waiting, I strips all my cameras back down, puts all the shit away, and that's the end of that. Because I'm waiting then, because I'm thinking, well, he mentioned to go up to Daventry. I'm thinking at this time of the fucking day, I said, I can't see me doing it, because it's 3 hours better 3 hours of getting there. Fuck about for an hour, that means it's going to be, that's if it's, you know, the best case scenario, that is. So it'll probably be around about 6:45 maybe by the time I'm done. Would it be 7:15? No, 7:45, sorry. Before I was done there, which wouldn't have enough time to actually get back to the yard. So I'm starting to sweat a bit now. But fortunately, once I was all empty again, I was able to just go back to the yard, which I find a bit of a waste, really. It's a shame they couldn't have just, I don't know obviously I don't know the ins and outs, how it works and what have you, but put it this way, the company it was subbed it to was upstairs. I just don't get why they couldn't have just said, look, we've got it now, we'll bring it up, blah blah, and just do that. I mean, it just save so much hassle, so much time, and so much money, and so much fuel. But other than that, like, the rest of the weeks that have gone by, or days, whatever, I've sort of like come to this point where it's getting a little bit demoralising with the job I'm doing, because I just don't know where we're at the moment. It's, yeah, sort of a bit of a vote of no confidence in a sense, really. However, I fucking move now. It's alright, because I'm in the, sort of in the way. Go on, you fucking thing. You can't, I've sort of like, I come to work, I don't really want to be here. It's nothing to do with the job, it's just that I'm fucked off of work, full stop anyway. But I always have been. I mean, I can't change that, because I always find that if you're working, that's time that's taken away from your life that you can't do with whatever you want to do with it. You know what I mean? That's always been a thing with me. I think, well, if I'm doing that, then I can't do this, what I want to actually do. So if I'm spending X amount of hours doing that, then I can't do that. So when the things I do want to do, then I lose sleep, because I want to get on with something, and it just comes to a point where after about 3 or 4 weeks of literally having fuck all sleep, because I'm trying to cram everything in that I want to do in such a tiny amount of space that it just blooms like this. So it's like today, because I'm stuck in this cackhole for because I've phoned up, told our lot, says, I'm late here, and the first thing out of the mouth was, we know it's late. Well, if you knew it was late, why the fuck would you send me up here in the first place? I mean, that to me is just total disrespect, but Don't get me started because I'll just go on a fucking rampage. So I'm here now. I've been here for knocking on 2 hours. He told me when I first turned up, he says, "You're late." He says, "It's going to be at least 3 hours before we can get, because I got him. I'm thinking, fucking great. So that's why I phoned up. But they already knew. They sent me up here in the first... Anyway, I mean, why couldn't they just book it for another fucking day? Why? Why is everything going to be done right fucking now? Or, if not, let's see if we can get away with it getting it done right fucking now. No. So, yeah, I'm stuck here. I'm sweating. Honestly, I'm sweating my fucking cobblers off, I am. How warm is it? Oh, this busy for the machine. 21. Fucking bacon. I've been absolutely exhausted all day today. I woke up again, fucking dripping in sweat. I have no idea why this is happening. It's fucking frustrating as fuck. When you're a lorry driver, you need your fucking eyes closed at night time. You know, snoring, blowing Zeds out the fucking gobhole. Not being woke up in a fucking lathered up sweat box. If you're with a woman, it ain't so much of a problem, is it? Yeah, I mean, but hey, unfortunately, I'm not. So I wake up and my fucking pillar is just dripping. I've had to flip it over. My neck's fucking, and it's like, and you're trying to get to sleep again, and you just don't. You end up catnapping. I say today I've been absolutely fucking exhausted. I mean, to the point, I'm not joking here, I'm like this. As I'm driving, and you're not supposed to, it's fucking dangerous for start off. But guess what, boys and girls? There's the fun of lorry driving. They say don't do it. If you feel tired, pull over and have yourself a minute. Where am I going to pull over? I'll go from Cannock to fucking Litchfield. There might be a lay-by there, yeah. There's your lay-by. Right? I can do that all fucking day, can you? Yeah, that's a lay-by. You don't get any rest in a fucking lay-by, and I fucking defy anybody who says, "Oh, lay-bys are alright, I can sleep in a lay-by." Well, then you must die when you sleep, because I don't. I'm a light sleeper. But it's just come to the point where I've run out of things to say, because they are literally identical from one day to the fucking next. Right? I am trying my best with these mobile phones. I mean, I brought one here today with me, the other day I brought it. I was going to try to see if I can get this to work. But I think it's latched up to a different phone network, so I don't think it'll open up. But I've come to a standstill with these because through trying to get into them, when you plug your USB into the computer, it's supposed to then load all the drivers up, allow you to access the fucking thing and play. Now, some of these really old ones are going, no. You need a USB UART TX line. What's one of them that are down? Oh, it's just a connection that sort of like turns a USB into like a port receiver, so it's got a communication between the two, because it's the cable itself that has the... Oh, okay. So why is it that my computer says it's there, but it's unavailable? What is it? Have I got to call back later? Is that what the fucking thing means? I just don't get it. So, what I've done to try and alleviate that, which may or may not work, because I do have a very old computer upstairs. It's in bits at the moment, mind you. So I ordered a copy of Windows XP. Now, before you start going, a copy, you know, I purchased a disc. It is a real one. And it comes with the operationals, you know, it's a full disc, it's got the keys and everything with it, so it's not a bent one or anything like that, so don't worry about it. But it's Windows XP, because these phones were around when Windows XP was about. So I'm hoping that when I shove that in that computer and get that up and running, that when I plug that phone in, it may go, hello, I'm here. So I'll have a look, see if that works. But at the moment, I'm a bit stuck. So there's that. I've been watching TV, sort of, YouTube, stroke, fucking Amazon Prime and Netflix. I don't really watch much else. Do you? I don't watch anything else. It's either that or fuck all. I was perusing through iTunes on my phone. I always use my phone as like a music player. And I've downloaded 6 albums. Was it last night? Or the night before? What day are we on? Tuesday, ain't we? I think it might have been yesterday. Honestly, my brain ain't turned on today. It's just gone. I feel fucked. But, what was it I got? I downloaded Cosmos's Moments, I think. That was one album I got. Or Mountain. No. Don't know. There was, I've done Jessie J's Rose. I got all 4 of them, which, to be honest with you, they're quite cool actually, because I was, when I put that on and I listened to it, some great music, very nice. But not just the music being great, the story that's behind each segment, because there's 4 obviously, R-O-S-E. If you listen to it and you really listen to that, those 4 albums, which she has stated that it's like it's one album but in 4 segments. That's how she's put it. That's why it's been sold as it is. That's it. Well, anyway, you'll make your own mind up. But if you actually sit and start with R and go O-S-E and listen to it, you'll also hear the story that she's trying to tell as well, which is, it's quite cool actually. Some insight there for you. It's not just music, there's always something behind the music, depending who's actually doing it, like, you know. Who else did I buy? There's a new artist that I've found on there as well. Well, new to me anyway. And apparently she's from Walsall. Yeah. Lost and Found, the title of the album is. I can't remember what her name is though, is it? I can't remember her name is now. It's a funny weird the way she spells her name, but yeah, very good. Something Jahab. No. Jaho. Fuck, it's gonna piss me off though. I can't, because I'm leaning my phone up against my tablets or what. I can't do it. I've got to find out what her name is. Drive me raw. Come on. There we go. Have I got iTunes in the book now, okay? Where would that be? iTunes, where are you? It's iTunes. Oh, yeah, it's going to store. The store will know where it is. Continue. What we got? There it is. I've just spotted it now. I would not know if I'm pronouncing the name correctly, but it says Jorah Smith or Johora Smith. But hey, yeah, very good. I enjoyed it. Oh, and obviously as well, you've got Christina Aguilera's new album. That was a given. Yes. But I mean, there's those kind of things I was doing, you know, just faffing and tatting. And we went out on Saturday for my sister's birthday meal. We did that. Well, let's just say this, right? If when you go off out, right, and you want to enjoy yourself with your family and your friends, and you want to have a good old meal and what have you, and oh shit, and come here, bugger, and have a good meal at the same time, right, that sort of thing, I would not recommend the Horns. Unless you are going to go on your own or with one friend, then maybe, as long as there isn't any parties there at all, because if there are, you're going to be fucked. Simple as, you're going to be fucked. Because the service there wasn't the best. And I'm not going to say it was because it was just crap, because it was crap. The reason why I believe, and so did the rest of us, is because the poor lot that was actually working that night was so overwhelmed with the amount of people that was in there, they just could not cope. Our party was 10. There was a party that was in there before us which was 20, and then there was a party that was after us which was 15. That's 45 people, right, in such a short space of time to cater for, with the limited amount of people to do the catering, and it just failed miserably. The food was shoddy, it wasn't anything special. They got some of the order was wrong. Some of the food that was made was dry and missing ingredients out of the food, like, you know. And it took such a long time to actually get served that it was becoming a joke. And like I say, I truly believe it's because the poor lot in there, the chef and the cooks and all the rest of them, they must have been so overwhelmed with such an amount of people, because whoever done the booking fucked up, as far as I'm concerned. I wouldn't say it was the staff, as in the waitresses or waiters or the chefs and the cooks. I wouldn't blame them. I would blame the idiot manager, as far as I'm concerned, because to book that many people in such a short amount of time, it just isn't feasible. The pub ain't that big. It just isn't. It just isn't that big. When they had a party of 20, that very first party of 20, that should have been it. End of. No more. Done. Because then they could have got shit prepared and ready for when they arrived. So when they are actually there, seated at the time that they was booked for, then all the food can then come in once they've ordered it all. So it did what? Order the food, an hour later, you get served. I say that because apparently they cook everything from scratch anyway, so nothing's all it's all cooked from scratch. But even to cook for 20 people scratch, I mean, that's an epic fucking venture, that is, I think, personally. I mean, I'm not a chef, so I wouldn't really know, but it still seems to me a lot. But 45 people? Nah. So that was a bit of a kibosh. And then that was it. But then the weekend was over, and Sunday came along. I'm just fanning about watching telly. I did intend to play a bit more of Detroit on PS4, but I never got round to it. I just never did. I was watching telly, faffing about this, that and the other, and yeah, trying to do other things, and I run out of time. And then before I know it, that fucking dark cloud of depression, because I know I've got to go to work on the Monday, like, starts to realm its way in, like, you know. Oh dear. I would really, really love to know if there's anybody out there that ever feels like me where work's concerned. Not their job, I'm on about work in general. There's got to be out there. There's got to be like-minded people like me. There's bound to be someone out there who goes, "Do you know what, Jace? You're fucking right. You are. The job I've got is perfectly fine, but it fucking sucks the life out of you. It just does. You know what I mean? It's like you go to work and you got no life." That's why, you know, it's, and I feel fucked all the time. I've got no energy. I'm so fucking frustratingly bored, constantly bored. I do the most mundane crap just to try and dull the brain so I don't fucking think so hard about being so fucking bored. I know that going down to Devizes was a change, it was summit, you know what I mean, but it got from being a nice little change, and it should have been simple enough to get to a complete utter fuck up. But it's a struggle for me because I just find everything so fucking boring and dull. I am a boring and dull person. I really am. Fucking boring and dull. I have got something to look forward to the other weekend. This weekend, my brother's he's in a play. It's called Shakespeare in the Park. It's in Lichfield. My brother's doing that, so I'm gonna go and watch him. See what at least somebody in my family's got a fucking life. And my sister as well, she's got a better life than I have. They're off abroad, they are, is it next week? Not this weekend. So they fly off Thursday sometime or other, and they're off and sunning themselves somewhere nice. I think there's a bunch of them going, I think, if I'm not mistaken. I think there's a bunch of them going. I'm not though. No, I'm not included. Yeah, I couldn't go anyway because my fucking passport's run out. I didn't mean to get it sorted, but I completely forgot, and it's too fucking late now. And to be quite honest with you, what is the point in renewing the fucking thing when I wouldn't be able to afford to actually go anywhere anyway? The last holiday I had, which I mean I'm on about actual holiday, and I'm not going to include the day when I went to have my tattoo done. I'm not going to include that because that was a couple of days September, and it was solely to have my tattoo done. But I'm on about going away, and that was back in the year 2000 and might have been 7 or 8, I think. I'm not 100% sure, but that might be the time. 7 or 8. So it's been a few years that I've actually been out. I went, and I know that a lot of people out there, they do tend to have either 1 or even 2 holidays abroad. If you have 2 holidays abroad, 1, you're fucking greedy, and 2, good luck to you. If I could afford to have 2 holidays abroad a year, I think I would as well, to be fair. See, whenever I have a week off or a fortnight off or whatever, it's the same thing. I just sit at home, faff, get bored, fed up, and then I get even more fed up and bored when I go back to work. Yeah. Time is it? Fucking 25 past 4. Fuck. See, this is the highlight of my day, this, isn't it? Sat somewhere, twiddling my fucking thumbs, bored out my skull, and you can't go nowhere. You know what I mean? There's nothing I can do. I've already phoned them up and told them, and they said, "Oh, we'll phone you back in a bit." Yeah, right now. But they wouldn't do it, you see, because it's just lies at the end of the day. They just lie to you. So that's what they do, unfortunately. I'll go nip upstairs and see what they want me to do with it. I'll phone you back in a minute. And then he puts the phone down and then just gets on with what else he's doing and completely, takes a notice and doesn't even bother and thinks, we'll leave it. He'll phone back in a bit. We'll tell him some other bullshit story. Do you ever get that when you're in your job, when you're driving? Do you ever park up somewhere, or you get to some place, or you're either too late, too early, and you phone up and say, well, get on to customer services. Half an hour later, nobody's bothered to contact you. So you give them a ring. We'll get back onto customer services. They haven't phoned us back yet. So another half an hour goes by, so you phone them back again. We're still waiting for customer service to get this, and that's an hour that's gone already. Realistically, in all fairness, 9 times out of 10, nothing's ever been done. They just leave you there so that eventually you will get unloaded or loaded, depending on what you're waiting for. And then you phone them and get, right, oh, I'm done now. And then that's it. Then they don't give a fuck. That's done. End of. 9 times out of 10. But I say that because it doesn't happen 100% of the times. Sometimes you do get a genuine thing where it's like, well, hang on, the customer service is just ringing back. Am I going on a bit? Am I whinging? I feel like a whinge. Why not? I'm fed up. Absolutely fed up. I mean, this guy here, who parked, he's been there longer than I've been here, because he was actually where he is now when I pulled in. So I've been here for 2 hours. So how long has he been there for? 3? Unbelievable. I know I'm late. I was told I was late. But why not just say, all right, bring it back, we'll book it for another day? Why just leave me here? I know why. Because there's nothing else for me to do, and they didn't want to send me home early. That's what that's all about. Can't send you home early. Oh no. Unless it suits them. Oh man. Fucking bored. I haven't got long until my tattoo day comes. That's not far away. It's the 24th. I'm down painting, and then the Saturday 25th is when I have my tattoo done. Driving down there on the Friday. Booking the hotel at 3ish, get myself sorted, walk around to the shop and have a chat with hours, may have dot around the town a bit and play with the arcades or something for 5 minutes, and then I shall go to bed, wake up the next day, check myself out, and then walk around to the tattoo shop and get myself inked up again. The idea was to go down on my bike originally, but the problem with that is because it's going to be all down there. Let's get that whole side from the top of my ear, from the right to the joint, all the way down to my elbow, and it might even seep around my forearm as well. The problem with that is doing this for 3 hours. It may be a little bit taxing, whereas in a car I can at least just let my arm relax a bit like that. It's not going to be that much of a bother. It always tends to hurt more a couple of days later, I find. Hurts more like that. Is a bit of a harder, I'd say annoys. Irritating is more the word I could use, I suppose. And then you put your gunk on it and give it a good old rub and you shower yourself off with your hot water. And then about a month later it's all said and done. I think, so roughly about that. It's all completely done and healed out. It's about a month. But I'm looking forward to it. I am looking forward to it. I just want a new tattoo. And I even thought about having something on this arm as well, but because I got that sort of that funky looking skull on here, I was thinking about having maybe a some sort of snake or something that comes up to the. I don't know. I might do. It just depends. Depends on whether my old skin can fucking take it or not. You know what I mean? But we will have to wait and see. Who knows? But yeah. I'm sure I'm going to melt soon. I am just going to melt. Absolutely. I'm melting. I'm fucking melting. Oh. It's taking some more off. That's good news. You never know. The next hour, I might be over there, finally. Unless, with the job that's actually being taken off, he's got multiple pallets stacked onto with like one layer of item, then a pallet, one layer of item, then a pallet, 2 layers of an item, then a pallet. I'm like, fuck, man, that's gonna be a checker's nightmare, that is, isn't it? That reminds me of the days when we used to do Asda, and you'd have one checker with a little trolley, go into the where all your stuff's been took off and dumped in that room, then they would start checking and scanning. I'm like, fuck me. While the other one's been unloaded and that gets stuffed in there, then that guy's waiting for that one to finish being checked, and then that one starts to get checked while the other one's being unloaded. But by all the time there's about several vehicles that have been unloaded and they're all waiting to get checked by one fucking checker. And so you end up waiting about 3 or 4 hours for paperwork. Just the fucking paperwork. There's just no air, is there? There's just no air. I'm in this fucking shit box of a truck. Which is nothing unusual there, is it? It's always a fucking shit box. The driver's seat keeps on dropping down and you have to keep readjusting it. This is how tired I was this morning. I was given the first truck I was given, the number plate was in the door pocket and it was a piece of cardboard. Well, you can't do that, right? This is the trailer plate. So I went back in and says, there's no number plate for the thingamajig, can you order one and I'll change the truck. So then they gave me this fucking thing, which it had a number plate, right? This is how tired I was. The only thing that registered with my brain was the fact that it was a number plate. Wasn't the number plate for this particular truck, but at least it was a fucking number plate, you know what I mean? And I didn't realise until I got across the road and I'm like, what the fuck is this on the back of the trailer? And then as I flipped it round, somebody used somebody else's number plate to write the number plate on this one. I'm like, fuck me. So I've had to end up with that all day, and you're not supposed to. And but I asked them, have you got a spare truck? No, not at the moment. And as per usual, he just left, and you just have to get on with it, and that's the end of that. And I did say to him, you do realise it's illegal? No, it's not. Yes, it is. No, it's not. It is. That's the reason why I got fined when I had it last time, when I was told to put a piece of fucking card as a registration plate in the back of the trailer. But I have ordered one. There's one coming. But there's another thing that's really frustrating as well, right? Literally, probably just I'd say it was less than a mile away from out of our yard and around the corner. There is a place that actually does number plates, right? They put them together for you. And yet, we couldn't go around there to go and get these number plates, which would take probably about an hour in total. May even be less than that, depends how busy we're in the shop. And then done. Now we've got to wait until somebody does it down Bridgend, and then they'll send them up with somebody. So that could take a day, or even two, depending on if they're, you know. This is why I tend to get really frustrated sometimes when there's the solution, but we'll make it fucking awkward. Why do they do that? What are they saving? Fuck all. Really? If they say it's cheaper, that's just bollocks. It's just rubbish. How can it be cheaper? Realistically, I'd say, well, in that case, you say it's cheaper, but the problem is you're not getting is the fact that legally, those two vehicles should be parked fucking up until you get a plate for them. So, how is that cheaper? Oh, it's alright, we'll give the muggles out there who don't know now different, and they'll just drive around with a fucking piece of cardboard on the back of the trailer all day. Do you understand where I'm coming from? Do you get me? He's only been over there for 3 hours. I hope not, because I mean, time's clicking on, and
what time is it?
It's 20 to 4. No, sorry, 20 to 5.
I mean, the early shift's gone now. But...
Well, that lad there, right? He was there when I pulled in, right? And he had his curtains up, so he'd obviously been here before I got here. They've been faffing about over there, and he says it's going to be at least 3 hours before we get to go. Him. And I found our lot up, and
Ricky's in now. I'll see if I can find out for you, mate.
you never know. You never know. There's things may be happening. If you don't ask, you never know, do you? All I can say is this. At 5:30, I will be leaving this place. It's as simple as that, so don't want to worry up. If he turns around and says it's we've got another hour, well then fuck that. I just have to come out. I'll have to rebook it for another day. But look what I've wasted. It's time that was unnecessarily wasted. Just no need for it at all. No need whatsoever. No need. Just no fucking need. I wouldn't be surprised if, because the shift has changed, they probably don't even know I'm here. Or they do and just don't care. Whatever. I don't know. Well, I think I've moaned enough. I'll take a walk over and find out how long we've got left and what have you. Oh, see you later. If I'm enthusiastic enough to speak. Ta-da.